Thank you, Kevin. Hello and welcome to everyone on such a joyous day of celebration. Please have a seat. We are the honored few who have the privilege to witness the marriage of Angel Martin and Bill Emkow. I'm Kurt Wan, ordained minister with the Universal Life Church, a friend to many of you and a co-worker to some. I am humbled to be asked to participate in my capacity here today, and I wish you all such good fortune. We gather today to see these two wonderful people make a public pledge of their mutual love. Your presence tells me of community, their actions speak of commitment, their eyes show adoration, and their hearts scream love. To you all again, I say welcome. Please give a hand, touch an arm, give a hug, wish someone peace, and please welcome each other here today. Please. These two people stand here today in the sight of their friends and family of their own free will. If anyone here has just cause why they should not be married, please keep it to yourself. Thank you. With that, I'd like to offer a welcome prayer for all of us. Please feel free to join in worship as you see fit. Dear God, we humbly request your blessing on this day. We are small and meek, and you are great and powerful. We pray that we can even begin to bring you as much joy as you have brought us, and that as you have allowed us to bring to each other. Thank you for the universe. Thank you for everything in it. Thank you for sharing Angel and Bill with us. Amen. And thank you for this glorious day. Fear, loss, the unknown, financial hardship, a child's hurt feelings, curveballs. Life has a funny way of pushing scary things at us. Sometimes we can't help but push ourselves close to it. The reasons are immaterial. It's just instinct. We're curious animals. We stand at insecure cliffs, and either the ground naturally gives way, or we simply choose to jump anyway. Life will hand you plenty of fear. Let one thought drive you at times like these. I ain't afraid of no ghost. Now, anyone who knows Bill at all knows I just borrow a line from a movie, for better or worse, for which he will forever be associated. Ghostbusters. But rather than subject Angel at all to another telling of this tale, I borrowed that familiar line to make a specific purpose, to make a specific point. Life is scary enough without being afraid of ghosts. Now, I don't mean to offend anyone's long-held belief in ghosts. My very own brother-in-law recently told me, without a hint of irony, about the ghost that lives in his friend's house, now occupied for the second generation. No, if Lenore wants to haunt you, that's her business, and I certainly won't stand in her way. Angel herself professes a belief in ghosts. I'm talking here about the ghosts we create as the manifestation of our own fears. Fear is real and life is scary. The two people who stand before you now can attest to this in sharp detail. They have, since meeting only a few years ago, faced the very real fears of job loss, uprootings, financial despair, you name it. Can you imagine how this would have torn any couple apart if they also thought they saw a ghost behind each of these challenges? It's tough enough to find a job without getting slimed in the process, but it didn't happen here. Angel and Bill didn't start closing doors when the floors squeaked in fear of some made-up sprite. No, instead they opened these doors and walked through them together. They didn't close the curtains and bar the windows when the wind screamed through the trees. No, they pulled the kids in close, opened the window, and breathed in that fresh air. They didn't hide in fear at Gremlins at midnight. They huddled together and had movie night instead. Not that they ever made it to midnight. Angel fell asleep at 9. Specters gamble about. Boogeymen jump under our beds. Fear binds too many people to misery. But not here, not today, and not any time in the near future as far as I can see. Angel and Bill and Elena and Gabriel and Julian stand here and say we can do this. We can be a family in spite of the odds. We can find love in a hopeless place, for we bring our own hope. Life, the universe, and everything, you don't scare me, and love will prevail. No phantom can stand in our way, for none of us stands alone. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. And with that, I would like to have Lori Atwood come up and do a little bit with the children. Please, Lori Atwood, everyone, who runs the daycare that these kids go to.
Hi. I have had the unique opportunity to know Bill since he brought Julian to my child care center when he was an infant. So we've known each other for a long time. And this summer, I had the absolute delight of also getting to know Elena and Gabe. And when Bill and Angel decided to get married and were planning their wedding ceremony, they asked me if I would meet with the kids and help them decide what they wanted to say on this special day and how they wanted to communicate how they felt. I must say that my time with these kids has been absolutely marvelous. They are darling, they are respectful, they are charming, and they are so very happy about this day. So when we met, we talked for quite a bit, and Elena decided that maybe the best way to communicate how they felt was through a fairy tale. So she wrote a fairy tale, a short fairy tale. You're not going to be standing for a long time. A short fairy tale that Gabe is going to narrate and Julian illustrated. He did all the pictures that you're going to see, and you'll want to look up close later because there's a lot of detail that you can't see from far away. But one little piece that you must know is that Julian wrote on every picture, we, W-E. And I thought at first when we were working on it last night, I said, well, is that because we're all together? Is it like a we? And he said, no, it's like we. So that is also written on every single picture. So we're going to share their fairy tale. And then at the end, the children each have a special wish that they would like to express as this family moves forward today as one. All right? And David. Gabe, you take the microphone. Julian, come up so they can see your pictures. There you go. Okay. You've got the right one.
Once upon a time, there lived a beautiful queen, and she had two children, Princess Elena and Prince Gabriel. In another kingdom, King William had a son. His name is Julian. On a sunny afternoon, the two kingdoms had a kickball tournament. The king and queen talked for hours. They fell in love. Soon the king and queen were married and lived happily ever after with their children. The end.
You want to start with you first? Okay. Julian would like to start with his wish first. So I asked each of the kids moving forward as a family what they wish for with this family, what they're looking forward to. And each one of them came up with something special to say. Julian's is, we will have more money. Oh, that's good. That is good. Oh, that's funny.
I look forward to playing more sports with Bill.
New beginnings.
Thank you, Gabe, Elena, and Julian. They are very excited about this day and being a family together. It has been a real pleasure to work with them and be with them, and I am as excited for them as they are excited for the next days ahead. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Finish this up, Julie. stand in the center here, please. Come on over here. There you are, guys. Just good. Thank you. In Michigan, declaring oneself married requires little more than showing an ID and signing a couple forms. $20, a driver's license, a big pen, and a couple friends, and you're done. It takes about the same money and effort as buying a round of drinks at happy hour. That's no lie. But this isn't happy hour, this is happy life. We had these layers, this party, the ceremony, some music, great food, get dressed up. We do this because we want to tell a much bigger story than a mere certificate can convey. This part we do for ourselves, our loved ones, our friends, our deity. This part is personal, it's ours. To that end, Angel and Bill have written their own personal vows that they would like to share with you now. Bill, you gotta go first.
Angel, you've been a bright, warm light in my life, and I appreciate you. Many days, I'll find myself falling into a cycle of thoughts. Often, something related to work. Often, some conversation I had throughout the day, but probably too often, a spiraling self-criticism. Then you approach me with your beautiful smile and your twinkling eyes, and you touch my arm and you free me from that trance. I love that you continually reach for my hand, you engage me with positivity and a bright outlook. You excitedly tell me funny stories, tales of friends doing good deeds, and even your obsession with bringing our backyard bunnies into our house. You've intoxicated me with happiness, and I appreciate that. Here's what I promise to you as your husband. I will always tell you what is on my mind, honestly, good and bad. Each morning, I will ask you about your dreams. I will hug you and the kids excessively, and I will wear out the words, I love you and you're beautiful. I promise to keep my mind churning for entertaining things that are going to make you laugh. And finally, I promise to be there in the happy moments and the sad moments. When you are on top of the world and when you are down in the dumps. I promise to celebrate every success more than anyone. And even at times when you're down, I will rationalize with you about how great you are, even if you don't necessarily agree. I am totally in love with you, and I cannot believe I get to marry my dream girl. Everyone should be so lucky.
I didn't memorize mine as well as you did. As this day approached, we think back to the moments of clarity that we've had. And I vividly remember melting after our first embrace from the feeling of love, trust, and security. It felt so different and comforting to me. I always knew there was something special and unique about you. This was only the beginning of the many things that you would teach me over the years. I knew then and I know now that the person that you gave your heart to would be the luckiest person in the world. Together, we've helped each other through challenges and struggles, and this has only strengthened our affection toward each other. We have moved very slowly and very carefully, and I appreciate that. And you are the most talented, generous, selfless person I know. I love you because you make me laugh and you make me smile every day. You hold sing-alongs in the car, you play Skylanders or Zumbas on the Xbox, you get pedicures and your toes painted by Elena, and you pick up my wet towel off the floor every day, and I didn't know this for years. On this day, Bill, I vow to remain your rock of optimism and positivity, to show you the good in every dark shadow or cloud that we encounter. I vow to listen, to understand, and to consider your views in every decision, ones that I make on my own or ones that we make together. I also vow to make every effort to stay up past 10 o'clock on weekdays, and to overcome my Pavlovian response to television, and to calm down when my anxiety ratchets up to a 9.5. I would be honored to be your wife for the rest of your life.
Boys, would you bring the rings up, please?
Where are you going?
Angel and Bill have now pledged to keep their love together forever, but we married folks aren't always together. We need something powerful, heavy, bright to remind us of our beloved. Not because we might forget, but because we want to be reminded as often as possible. I hold in my hand the very public symbol of Angel and Bill's marriage, their rings. I offer them to all of you to take this moment to wish a silent blessing or just a warm thought upon them.